Counterfeit auto parts. Get this. Customs and Border Protection seized over 211,000 counterfeit automotive parts this year. That is double from last year. In 2023, the agency, along with the Homeland Security, seizing 20,000 shipments containing 23 million counterfeit items. Of those, 100,000 were fake auto goods worth more than $10 million. And right now, Homeland Security has 40 open investigations related to counterfeit auto parts.
Car coach Lauren Fix joins us now. And Lauren, off the top here, we got to set the stage. Why are these counterfeit parts really so dangerous? Let's start there.
Well, it's a huge money grab. If you think about it, they're looking for money. They don't really care whether, what you as the consumer get. And what you really need to be aware of is they're very dangerous. So when you think about what do you mean? Well, if you buy a suspension component and that suspension component is made of poor quality, then you would end up potentially having a failure, which could cause an accident. And it's just like anything, you get what you pay for. But it's really important that you do at least 3 steps. If you can't find the part, you think, well, I'm saving a few dollars. I'll just buy it on eBay or Facebook Market or, any of the online apps where you can find things. You have to be very careful to get the right part. And that's why getting either original parts or proper rebuilt parts are so important.
And to that point, how can you tell the difference? Because, I'm one of those people who's not car savvy. I'm just going to think, here's the part. I looked it up. I did my research. And how do I know it's legit?
Well, there's 3 things you can do. First off, the price. If the price seems way lower than it should be, and you can always call the dealer and get a fair price. Find out what the price is. The dealer will say, oh, it's, $200. And let's say you see it online at some auction place or some at a swap meet or wherever it might be, and it's $100. That should cause a question in your head to go, why is it half price? And of course, the seller's going to have all kinds of stories. But if they're online like eBay, you can look to see the history. Have they had good ratings? Have people look to see if there's positive or negative? Sometimes you'll find someone's got a whole bunch of negative ratings, and many times they'll say, this was not an original part. They sold me something and it wasn't. So it's important to check that. Also, if the store has a return policy, like a lot of times there's online auto parts stores, you'll have a return policy. That's also very good. So you can find out who they are, check with the Better Business Bureau on that. The other thing is to check is the packaging. So you don't think about this much, but it has to have a QR code. It has to have a part number. And if you see a misspelling, like we've all seen the fake Louis Vuitton bags, or the fake Coach bags. So we've all kind of seen those over our lifetime. If you see something that looks kind of funny or it's missing that little hologram that they put on packages now, that's sort of a sign that there's something wrong. And even beyond that, pull the part out of the box when you get it. Look at it, make sure it looks exactly like the part you're matching. So if you're looking at whatever the part might be, we'll call it a widget just for fun. If you match that, it should be exactly the same. If it doesn't look the same color, shape, size, part number, the part number is blurred or no part number, it's a fraudulent part, which means you're not getting what you're paying for.
All right. And to that point, let's say you realize, this is not matching up. There's no QR code. There's none of the things that you just described. What do you do with it? How should you handle that? Is this something you report?
Right. Now, if it's with eBay, they have a return policy, usually have a short limit on a return policy. Sometimes with Facebook Market, you don't. The one thing is if you pay for whatever it might be on a credit card, you can contact the credit card company and tell them it's a fraudulent part. Typically, they'll tell you to send the part back. Sometimes they don't. It depends on where you get it. So if you buy it at a swap meet, you're kind of on your own. The only good thing about credit cards is most of the credit card companies will stand behind the customers. And that's why it's important to make a phone call immediately. Don't wait till 10 days later, 20 days later to say, oh, I've just got around to looking at it. That may be too late because some of the return policies for some of these online stores are within 2 or 3 to 5 days. So you have to be very careful and read that small print.
All right. Well, car coach Lauren Fix, thank you so much for taking the time to walk us through it. It always feels like there's a new scam, a new problem, and especially with the things that are always expensive to take care of. So we certainly appreciate your time and your insight. Thank you.
Thank you. Buyer beware.
That's right.